Well, hello everyone. So in this video here, we're going to learn access modifiers or visibility modifiers in Kotlin. Access modifiers are used for setting the access level to classes, variables, functions, and constructors. There are 4 access modifiers in Kotlin, to be specific. The first one is private. So the private access modifier is accessible only within the class. Methods, variables, and constructors that are declared private can only be accessed within the declared class itself, right? The private modifier is the most restrictive access level. The second one is protected. And the protected access modifier is accessible only within the same class and additionally from all the subclasses of its class. The third one is internal. So the internal visibility modifier means that the member is visible within the same module. More specifically, a module is a set of Kotlin files compiled together, such as IntelliJ, IDEA module, or a Maven project. And the last one would be public. So a public access modifier is basically accessible from everywhere. This is the least restrictive access modifier. So here you can have a look at the restrictive level of accessibility of modifiers. And as you can see, the most restrictive modifier is private, least restrictive modifier is public, and then protected comes after private, and internal comes after protected. Right, so you don't have to use access modifiers when you're creating any object. This will not cause any errors. When you do become a good developer in the future, though, while working with different developers on really large projects, you may sometimes need to restrict the access of some of these other developers to the objects that you create. So what that does is prevent other software developers from using the objects that you have created, right? And basically creates a more efficient working environment. So in these cases, you may need to access modifiers here. And we generally use private or public access modifiers in our projects, but like I just mentioned, it's okay if you don't use them. Finally, I should point out, though, that if you do not specify any visibility modifier, public will be used by default, which then means that your declarations will be visible everywhere. Just keep that in mind, my friend. All right, so we'll just take a short break here. We're going to talk about naming conventions in the next video, so hang out and I'll see you then.